Looking for a flavorful but easy to make breakfast? Eggs poached in a spicy tomato sauce, juicy pieces of chorizo. Just scoop up all of that deliciousness with some toasted bread and you have yourself an amazing breakfast. It's so good I've eaten it for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Today we are making shakshuka. Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen, Kurt here, and today we are going to make shakshuka. Shakshuka basically means all mixed up, and that's exactly what we're doing today. We're going to take onions, garlic and spices, mix it in a tomato sauce and poach some eggs in it. It's really that simple, so let's get cracking. So we're going to start off by taking olive oil and just adding that into a large pan. We're going to bring that to a medium to high heat and just get the oil hot. We'll know the oil's hot when it starts to shimmer. After the oil's been heated, we add the chorizo and we're going to fry for about 3 to 4 minutes.
Chorizo again? I think all you eat is chorizo.
I like chorizo. In fact, I'm 90% water and 10% chorizo. That's how much I like chorizo. So they'll be right. I like chorizo. So as you can see, the chorizo is frying up nicely, and what you want to do, you want to fry until the oil is red. All of that spices and that fat's going to render out and go into the oil of the pan, and when that's all nicely red, what you're going to do is remove the chorizo and set it aside. Next up we add the onion, bell pepper and chili to the pan, and you're going to fry here for about 8 to 10 minutes. And you want to just sweat the onions and the bell peppers a bit. And don't be afraid to char the veggies here. Like I say, brown equals flavor. Once all the veg is nicely caramelized, you want to add the garlic. And here, you just want to add it for 1 to 2 minutes until it's softened. So keep your eye on it and just keep stirring. And now it's time for my favorite part, adding in the spices. In with the paprika, chili powder and the cumin seeds. Make sure it makes contact with the oil because that is what's going to release all of those flavors into the oil and then into the sauce. And here it's very important that you keep stirring so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot. I prefer to use cumin seeds. I like the little pops of flavor it gives, but if you want to use cumin powder here, that's also okay. So after 30 to 45 seconds of frying the spices, we're now going to add the tomatoes. And here I use whole canned tomatoes. You could use fresh tomatoes if you want to, but I just like the consistency and flavor of the canned tomatoes, and I use whole ones here because it makes the sauce a little bit thicker when you're cooking it. What I do to crush the tomatoes, I just put them all in a big container and I squeeze them in my fingers. So that's all you can do. If you want to, you can take a masher and mash it up in the pan, but I just like to squeeze them in a big container before I cook. So now that the tomatoes are in the pan, give it a quick stir and we're going to simmer it for about 12 to 15 minutes. In that time, the sauce is going to thicken a bit, water is going to reduce, and all that flavors of the onion and garlic is going to develop in the pan. Nirith, do you know what we can do if we have 12 or 15 minutes to kill?
Yeah, we'll wash the dishes.
Been about 7 minutes. I didn't do all of the dishes, but I started. So what we're going to do now is add the chorizo back into the sauce. And here we're going to just add some flavor back into the sauce. Now is also a good time to add some salt and some pepper. And I also like to sprinkle a little bit of sugar into my sauce. I like it a little bit sweet. Some people don't do the sugar thing, but I do. So just a little bit of sugar into the sauce helps bring a little bit of balance and sweetness to the dish. Using chorizo here, but you can really use any sausage you want. Boerewors, lamb sausage, a spicy sausage, or just completely leave the sausage out of the dish and make it sausage free. So it's been about another 7 minutes. So in total we've simmered for 15 minutes, adding in the chorizo halfway. See how it's gone a bit darker and the sauce is thickened up. You can also taste now and see if it needs a little bit more salt and pepper. My dish is perfectly fine now, so we are ready to add in our eggs. And how we do this is we're going to make little wells for the eggs to go in. So we start in the perimeter of the pan. We're going to make a little well, and then we're going to crack our eggs into the pan, into the well, and then spooning the sauce up along the side of the eggs, basically cocooning it, making a little nest for it to cooking, and you repeat with the rest of the eggs. All the eggs are finally in the sauce, and now all we're going to do is cover with a lid and simmer. So here it really does depend on the temperature of your pan. You want to lower the temperature down and simmer for 5 to 10 minutes. After 5 minutes I would start to check on the eggs, and how you're going to do that is just by poking the top of the eggs and seeing if the egg is cooked and the egg whites are cooked. And what you want to do here is you want to cook the egg whites before the egg yolks, so that your egg whites are fully cooked but your egg yolk is still soft. My 5 minutes are up, and here we're going to check, and I'm poking to see if the eggs are good. Yeah, these look just about set. If yours are not set, what you can do is simmer it with the lid on for a couple minutes more. Just keep checking until you're satisfied with the cookedness of your eggs, and then you're ready to serve. How I like to finish my shakshuka off, with a little bit of feta and coriander. So I'm just going to sprinkle on some coriander, and I'm going to crumble some feta onto the eggs, and now we're ready to serve. So here you can use the starch of your choice. I like to do it with the crusty bread. I've added with pita, I've added with tortillas. So here, anything that you can dip the sauce in and the eggs in, you want to eat it with that. So good. If you've been to my house over a weekend and you're a close family friend or family member, you've eaten shakshuka. I love to make this dish, and the reason I love to make it is because the people love to eat it. So I promise you, if you make this dish for your family or friends, they're going to love you, but not as much as I'm going to love you if you hit my like button or if you hit the subscribe button. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and please leave a comment in the comment section below and tell me how your shakshuka went. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next week.